Hello lads and lesbians. This is how to speedrun a girlfriend in 2025 using fragrances. Speedrunning a girlfriend in 2025 sounds impossible.
Him on
I deep dove into the top 10 rated fragrances by women for men. It's how you can smell like an in real life cheat code. So science has proven that scent plays a massive part in attraction. So why not optimize it? Why not pick the ones that have been proven by ladies for the best scents for men? Or my lesbian brethren. This is where the main topic of the video comes in, and that is Fragrantica. If you didn't know what Fragrantica was, it's a website for perfume psychos where you can go read notes about perfumes, read their history, who made them, and then you can comment on them. It sounds kind of lame if you're not a perfume psycho, but all of it is really light-hearted and fun, and the community is really cool. Every year they do a fragrance community awards. We've got the best women's fragrance, the best men's fragrance, but we don't care about that. What we care about is this: women's favorite men's fragrances. What you'll notice is that a lot of these fragrances that are in men's best fragrances, as voted by men, aren't in women's favorite men's fragrance. And I think that pays a good homage to the male gaze versus the female gaze. You see, a lot of these fragrances the guys are wearing these days, they're for the bros, you know. It's only guys that like them. It's the same as getting really muscular at the gym or buying a really beat down 90s Japanese coupe. They were interested in women's favorite fragrances for men for 2024, so we can speedrun a girlfriend in 2025. Let's have a look. Starting off with a fragrance I love, it is Dior Homme Intense 2011. Fragrances by Christian Dior, and I think ladies love it just due to their iris, woody, powdery note. It smells very masculine, it smells very seductive. It has no air of sweetness to it, but it doesn't smell flowery like the iris note. It's got more of a powdery sort of smell to it, as you'll be able to see from some of the notes there. It's got really good longevity, it lasts ages, everyone can smell it, and it's more of like a nighttime kind of fragrance in the evening. Winter would be perfect, however, I think you could probably wear it wherever you want. Just go easy with the sprays if you're wearing it during the day, because if you do rock about 6 sprays in the office, everyone's going to think you're a bit of a knob. What age would this work for? I think, like, even for me, it's probably a little bit too old, but I still rock it. If you're like 30 plus, perfect. If you were like a well-dressed, put together 50-year-old man, this would just be perfect. However, it's been very popular with like 14-year-old boys. And you know what? Good for them. Like, who are we to say what they can and can't wear? My personal opinion on whether I think this deserves to be on this list, I think so. I think it deserves to be number one. I've recommended this to many people, both males and females, trying to speed run a girlfriend. And actually, after I recommended this to someone, they got a girlfriend. Is there a link? I don't know. But who cares? I think that's good enough. Next up, we have Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum by Chanel. It's a citrus woody fragrance, super well rounded, smells like you're wearing a blue blazer. Why do ladies love it? I think it's because it's a very classy, masculine, sophisticated smell. You smell like you've got your life together even if you don't. When to wear it, literally you could wear this any time of the day in any season and it's not going to matter. Unlike the Dior, this one has a lot more versatility, and it's one of those fragrances where if you could only have one fragrance, this would be a contender. My personal opinion, do I think it deserves to be on this list? Yes. Do I think it deserves to be this high on the list? Maybe not. It is one of my more complimented fragrances, but I feel like if you're going for a date or something like that, you're hard pressed going for something like the Dior Homme Intense, something a little bit more mysterious. This is more of a safe bet, which would be good for the office or the daytime kind of thing. Wow, 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 you are. It's Tobacco Vanilla by Tom Ford. For women and for men, I would say it's more of a masculine scent. However, if you're a boss ass B word, you could really pull this off. This was rated number 3 by women for men in 2024. You'll notice that it says vanilla sweet tobacco. I would argue that it should be tobacco vanilla sweet. It's a very, very, very tobacco heavy fragrance, and that vanilla does shine through a little bit. I used to own a dupe of this, so it's one of my favorite fragrances, but then I lost custody of that fragrance. This fragrance would be a little bit less versatile. I would say you could wear it in the daytime if you had 1 or 2 sprays, or maybe 4 sprays at night. Again, if you're an older guy, this is going to be perfect for you. If you're younger, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to pull off. You'll notice a lot of these fragrances are quite masculine orientated, which does sort of beg the question as to what fragrances do ladies actually love. Personal opinion, I love this fragrance. It's going to be difficult to wear. You've got to have a certain sort of loud personality. If you are introverted Minecraft kid, this might be a little bit more difficult to pull off for you, but who am I to say? I think you should just wear whatever you want to wear. Now, coming up again with our first fresh fragrance of this list, we have Thierry de Hermes by Hermes. I've butchered that, but this is one of my favorite fragrances and I don't own it. It's on my list, but I can't justify buying more fragrances when I already have about 100. However, I think I might have to. Maybe I can do it for a video and just say that it's a business expense. Citrus, fresh. It's very, very, very clean smell. It smells very sophisticated. It doesn't have the shower fresh smell like a lot of fresh fragrances have. It has a sort of sophistication to it, a class to it, which I think most people would associate with the Hermes brand. You could wear it pretty much anywhere. That daytime office fragrance, I would say, would be perfect. And again, the age range, any age range, again, I'd say if you're in your 20s or your 30s, you're perfect. My personal opinion, well, as I've said, I love this fragrance. I want it. It's on my wish list, but we live and we learn. On to the next one. So now we have Jazz Club by Maison Margiela. Maison Martin Margiela. I didn't know it was Maison Martin Margiela. So again, this is a tobacco sweet rum vanilla fragrance, kind of similar to Tom Ford. If you don't want to pay $1 million for a fragrance, you might want to go for Maison Margiela, but that's not saying it isn't also quite expensive. Maison Margiela line, not bad. I prefer By the Fireplace. Jazz Club, it's okay. In my personal opinion, I wouldn't put it on this list on how to speedrun a girlfriend in 2025. I think if you really want to speedrun a girlfriend in 2025, you've got to go with the Dior Homme or the Hermes. I think those would be your two best bets. One during the day, one during night. Instant girlfriend. Another fragrance that we have that is quite fresh is Acqua di Giorgio Armani by Men, released in 1978. This fragrance was supposed to mimic a Sicilian, which is in Italy, or isn't it? Oh, I've just been quite political unintentionally there. It's near Italy, and it's a citrus fresh fragrance, and it does replicate that Sicilian coastline vibe. It's beautiful, it's fresh, it's masculine. It is a fragrance that you could wear at any age. I've sold it to 16-year-olds, I've sold it to 60-year-olds. It's great. It'll speed run your girlfriend after you spray it, however, only for about 35 seconds. This fragrance does not last, which is a real shame as it is so beautiful. So me personally, unless you've got a lot of it, because it is reasonably expensive, I would stay away from this. And if you're wanting a fresh fragrance to speed run a girlfriend in 2025, I would go for Thierry de Hermes. Lastly, we have Creed Aventus Cologne. Now, notice it says fruity in the main accords is the main one, and then sweet, which would make you think it smells like a sweet blueberry, but that is far from it. When it means fruity, it means citrus fruits. This is a citrus bomb, but that woody leather smokiness really holds it and makes it well-rounded. And there's a reason why this fragrance has been replicated by other fragrances like Versace, Club de Nuit, all the time. It is a beautiful fragrance. It will speed run your girlfriend in 2025, but at a high price point, right? It's going to cost you $500 for a bottle. In my personal opinion, it is a very nice fragrance, but I would stay away from it just because of that high price point. What you could do is use that money and go on dates, you know, buy ice cream, buy foot massages, that kind of thing. So to conclude, top 3 fragrances to speed run a girlfriend. If I had to buy one, it would be the Hermes for the versatility. If I had to buy 2, it would be the Dior Homme. I would wear that at night. And if I had to buy 3, I would probably go for I would go for the Jazz Club. I think the Tobacco Vanilla is a better fragrance, but it is quite expensive. So I'm going to use that extra money that I've saved buying the Maison Margiela to buy her flowers. That is how you speed run a girlfriend in 2025 using fragrances. If you have worn any of these fragrances, drop your experience in the comments below. I want to hear what you think about them. Also, let me know what your favorite date night fragrances in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. If you found this useful, consider dropping a sub for more tips on how to speed run a girlfriend in 2025 using fragrances. Mwah.
children. This is the day you shall always remember as the day that you almost